Bonjour, 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 mon petit chiflé, and we're here. I am once again doing something I have wanted to do for a while now. We all know how I love a themed reading vlog, a themed TBR. The last one that I really enjoyed doing was my dark academia vlog. This time I'm taking on a topic that I was gonna say I'm pretty familiar with, but I'm a little rusty. This month, this August, I will be reading Greek mythology retellings. Cue music. Growing up, I was definitely a mythology girly. I was a Greek mythology girly as well as an Egyptian mythology girly. Heavy on the Egyptian mythology, truthfully. So these are books I've really wanted to read for a really long time, but I've kept putting them off for one reason or another. One huge reason being that I wanted to do a dedicated reading vlog, and it was taking me a while to gather all the books that I wanted to read. All that being said, here we are, finally. In this video, in this vlog, I'm filming this afterwards, so I'm looking at the pile of books and feeling things. I will finally be reading the Greek mythology retellings. I will be experiencing Miss Madeline Miller for the first time. I will be reading Circe, and then I read the Song of Achilles. Yeah. Then in this vlog we get a little spicy, and I go on to read two Hades and Persephone romance, erotica, whatever. And I read Neon Gods by Katie Robert and Drag Me Up by RM Virtues. And last but not least, I read The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I wanted to read Ariadne as well as Stone Blind, but I don't get around to them, so next time. Anyway, I've been talking too long. Welcome to August. Welcome to my Greek mythology vlog. I hope you enjoy. Hello, I just got in not too long ago, and I just want to say that I want the summer to be over so bad right now, expeditiously. This weather, like, I know that I balanced this on my grandma's Bible. I know that I'm currently working through my summer bucket list, but like, forget all that. This weather is making me angry. It's making me livid. I don't know if you can see the white cast that's just streaked from, I went out very briefly, I had to get my medicine. My sunblock is streaked from the disgusting levels of sweating I've been doing. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. And now it's about to rain. It's either the devil's butt crack or it's raining. I love Pennsylvania. Anyway, I am 60 pages into Circe, and I, definitely need to brush up on my Greek myths. It's been a while. Like I mentioned, possibly, I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro of this. I'm going to make a note to do so because I haven't done the intro yet. Growing up, I was always into mythology. I was a Greek mythology girly. I was an Egyptian mythology girly. Maybe I will do a vlog like this, or instead of reading Greek mythology for the whole month, I'll do some Egyptian mythology inspired books. What was I saying? Oh, I need to brush up because like I have a vague knowledge of Circe, but I don't know, I'm just inspired to get back to the days where I actually studied things and consumed things, and the OG hyperfixation days. Anywho, when I didn't know what hyperfixations were. I'm 60 pages into this, and Circe, get up. Circe, get up. Get up. My girl is on the ground. She's on her knees. I need her to get up. I need her to do better. I need her to have a friend. My girl needs a friend to be like, I'ma hold your hand when I say this. You're doing entirely too much. No man is worth all this. Be for real, Circe. And I understand she has been mistreated and unloved her whole life, so she doesn't really know what to accept and like demand for herself, but what I have done, what she just did, not over a guy. No. Possibly just because this girl is awful. I'm enjoying my time thus far. Well, today I am. The last few days I've been kind of struggling to read, but that's, as always, that's on me. But today, well, just a few minutes ago when I actually sat down, recovered, stopped, I stepped away from the pearly gates and realized I wasn't going to have an asthma attack, and finally picked up the book. Oh, I have gotten into this, I've gotten into my reading today, and I'm hanging. I'm not really far enough in to make much commentary except get up off the ground and stop embarrassing me. But yeah, I just wanted to check in really quick because I feel like I have the potential of not doing that properly, and this vlog being a bust, and I'm only 3 days into it. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited to see what comes of Circe's shenanigans. She bowed her head. Aunt Circe, she said, I'm glad to meet you. I'm Ariadne. Oh?
What a lovely park.
I don't know, Drew. I don't know. Buongiorno, benvenuti. I don't think that's right. Also, hi. Good afternoon. Today is the 11th of August. I almost said September. And I have been meaning to do this clip for days now, but between the gloomy weather, me feeling concerningly exhausted and fatigued, and then actually being caught in the rain, and once again fatigue, feeling very scattered and distracted. I just didn't do it. But I finished reading Circe. And I don't think I popped in for any update clips, mostly because I was just flying through it. Initially I didn't have really anything to say, and then I just got so caught up and just felt the need to finish it. That being said, when I finished the book, I had a lot of thoughts, and I don't know, I couldn't tell you the last time I finished a book and felt so and was inspired to fully write, I guess not necessarily a review, but I don't know when the last time I've retained and enough to really put my thoughts down so cohesively. And I guess I should share what I wrote. I don't want to read everything because I did just go on for a while, but maybe my actual blog will make a comeback. But I just, you know, need to share my thoughts, and this is the best way to do so. There's a quote in this book that sums everything up perfectly. Humbling woman seems to be a chief pastime of poets, as if there can be no story unless we crawl and weep, which I know comes not just from Circe's portrayal in the Odyssey, but also women overall in the heroic tales that have shaped our culture. I've become quite fond of this story. Not only is the writing beautiful, but Madeline Miller took a blip in a man's story, a misogynistic blip, but a blip nonetheless, and wove a beautiful, complex story about a woman who never remained within the constraints or expectations set for her, despite being unloved and meant to feel small, despite her divinity, despite being used and abused by countless men over countless lifetimes. Circe's aversion to her divinity sets her far apart from the other deities she encounters, as well as the humans who crave a scrap of immortality and fame. She may not be immortal, but she has a humanity deeply rooted within her, and it makes her so captivating. Flawed, brilliant, fiercely protective, sometimes lost and flailing, but always a force. Then I said, it goes on for a bit. Then I said, despite the multiple lifetimes and milestones, this book doesn't feel meandering. I loved each new layer and era of her journey and the impact she had on the heroes, but the real light she revealed them in, and the mark they left upon her. And it just goes on, and I just really loved this book, and I get the hype surrounding it. Madeline Miller's writing style is fantastic, and so obviously I have immediately moved on to the Song of Achilles. I am on page 48, just at the budding stage of Achilles and Patroclus, whatever, their relationship, their friendship, them being in each other's lives. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a little intimidated by this book, even though I'm already like reading it and enjoying it, because this is like such a hyped and loved and like revered book within the book community, and a lot of people have a lot of strong thoughts about this story. And honestly, this is the first of the two books, but because I don't know why I always just treat Cersei like it's the first book, because I don't know, but yeah, I already have a bunch of tabs, so this is going to be a journey. And today the last few days I have been struggling. I already mentioned that. Pretend to be shocked. At first I was like, okay, fine. It took me like a couple days to really find my footing reading Cersei and like be able to sit down and really focus. Today I'm very scattered and I feel like I'm struggling to focus on one thing. I want to focus on this book. I want to read this book because I feel like I'm very behind with my own personal schedules and deadlines and whatnot. We're almost halfway through the month and I would have liked to be further through my TBR at this point. I've picked this book up, put it back down, picked it up, put it back down several times, like read like maybe 5 pages today. And I think part of it's also like lately when I know I'm going to annotate a book, I kind of psych myself out and like I like almost second guess myself. I was like, should you be writing that down? Don't you have anything to say about this? Or when I mark something, it's like I think too much. I'm thinking too much. But hopefully I will be able to get a chunk of this book read today. I have another project, new hobby downloading now. I think this week I'm going to make my own body butter because that's a thing I've wanted to do for a very long time. So I finally got the supplies and ingredients needed for that. And maybe that's a little bit of what's been distracting me today. So one of those things is going to be done today. Maybe. But then Dalen of the Ghost Brothers just posted this investigation where the Ghost Brothers have reunited and they're reinvestigating the Waverly, what's the Waverly place? The sanatorium or something like that. So I love them. We all know I love them. And we'll drop anything for new Ghost Brothers content. So happy Sunday.
Hello, you can't see me now. I literally just woke up. But I just had an epiphany. Am I stupid? For just figuring out that Challengers is like loosely based on Achilles and Patroclus. Art, Achilles, Patroclus, Tashi. They grew up together, best friends, very close. But then Art basically loses Patrick and then isn't the same. But obviously in this story he gets him back. And when he loses Patrick, he loses his, I guess, tennis skill. He loses his love of the game. He loses, my brain's glitching now, but I just have to get this out. This all came from a dream, where one of my friends, my book friends, in fact, was getting married, and Mike and Josh were at her reception. And so was Zendaya, actually, Zendaya and Tom Holland. But going back to sleep.
I savored the miracle of being able to watch him openly, to enjoy the play of dappled light on his limbs, the curving of his back as he dove beneath the water. Later, we lay on the riverbank, learning the lines of each other's bodies anew. This and this and this. We were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but the other. Isn't that beautiful? I get it, y'all. I don't know why reading that last night made me like choke up a bit. It made me want to cry. That being said, I am on page 144 of this book and I'm feeling a lot of things. I am feeling so much right now and so many conflicting things. Also had an epiphany. I think I filmed a half asleep clip this morning where I came out of my dream and where one of my friends was getting married, and Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor and Zendaya was there too. And I realized, I don't know if anyone's ever said this, I don't know if you think I'm reaching, but Challengers is Achilles and Patroclus. And I had a revelation. I'm really not on Twitter at the moment. I allow myself to Twitter twice a day. But so I don't know if anyone else has reached that conclusion or that interpretation, or if I am insane. Also, could be, everyone could be talking about this. Everyone could have come to this conclusion. I might just be stupid. I don't remember who the writer, the couple. Well, it's one half of the couple who wrote Challengers. The screenplay for Challengers. But I see you. I see what you're doing. Also, Luca, I see you. I'm not feeling great today. I'm also, once again, so behind on everything. I have been getting up later than I'd like. That I have been. I missed Arthur today. The bank is trying to kill me. But nevertheless, she persisted. And I'm gonna try to get started reading today at almost 5 o'clock in the evening. My eyes and my head hurt as well, so honestly, I am loving this book though. If I get no other reading done this month, at least I read these two books, The Song of Achilles and Circe, and that'll be enough for me. I hope that I finish my TBR, but that'll be enough. That'll be enough. Watching or witnessing, experiencing the way Troy, the way the war and the now 10 years fighting this pointless war, and honor and what's the word I was trying to remember? Honor and prophecy and legacy and just power, I guess, has strained and is shifted and is starting to warp the relationship, I guess, between Patroclus and Achilles, and how Patroclus is viewing Achilles differently, or seeing this person, I guess, that he's never really known, as he becomes more infamous and tries to become the hero of this war, is really distressing to my spirit. It's upsetting to me and my homegirls. I'm sad. I'm sad, and I'm only going to get sadder because I am in the last leg of this book, the last chunk of this book. Word. Everything's fine. If you comment at all about my hair or what I look like in any capacity, I will report you to the authorities. Okay? Anyway, I had to make myself stop reading last night because I have like maybe like 40 pages left of this book, and things are getting really bad really fast, going from worse to worser. And I needed to take a pause on that energy before going to bed. I didn't want to damage myself that late in the evening, you know, at night. So I'm gonna get ready and finish reading this book. And please send a prayer for me. By the time you see this, I will already probably be in my grave, so send a prayer to me on the other side. May the odds be ever in my favor. Gavin, hold on. I'm unwell. I am unwell. I'm trying so hard not to cry. Oh, hold it together, okay? In the darkness, two shadows reaching through the hopeless, heavy dusk. Their hands meet, and the light spills in a flood like 100 golden urns pouring out of the sun. Ooh. Okay. All right. Please hold. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm great. I'm so fine. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it. I will never be ready. I will never be ready. I finished, as you've seen, I finished The Song of Achilles yesterday, and I am undone. Once again, I tried my best to write my thoughts down coherently. This is no way near as coherent as my Cersei thoughts, but I'm feeling completely differently than I felt when I finished Cersei. Anyway, this book, it's both brutal and tender, bloody and poetic. I don't see me getting over this anytime soon. I don't. Having Patroclus narrate this story was a brilliant move, and it makes his loss even more brutal. I hope that's not a spoiler, because, like, sorry, I forgot that not everyone is brushed up on their Greek myths. Anywho, through Patroclus, we see Achilles as more than the weapon everyone saw him as. We see Achilles the boy, Achilles the man, the friend, the lover. We see softness and passion and devotion. He's not without his flaws, obviously, but there's like a duality. There's always a duality in like everything about this book. Madeline pours warmth and humanity into the violence of the Trojan War. The ending wrecked me, quelle surprise. But not just because it's heartbreaking and because of the content, but because of the gorgeous way it was weaved and written and the reverence that went into it. And the last thing I wrote down was, I will never experience this story for the first time again, and that is truly devastating. I was about to say, now it's time to move on, but I will never move on from Achilles and Patroclus and The Song of Achilles. Madeline Miller, you will hear from my attorneys. But because I do need to continue on with my TBR, I'm gonna shift things a tiny bit. I'm currently choosing between Neon Gods by Katie Robert and Drag Me Up by R.M. Virtues. Both of these are, I guess, Greek myth inspired romance erotica type situations. I can finally read Neon Gods. I've been putting this off because I wanted to finish the Wicked Villains series first. So I guess that's also kind of led to me putting off this whole Greek mythology vlog. But we're here now. And I will see you, I guess, when I am reading one of these. Okay. All right. So I have been reading this book non-stop, fully consumed. I am enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Not just the smutty bits, but like story-wise. I am really enjoying how it's written. I'm really enjoying the actual plot, the dynamics between Hades and Persephone. And I have like 100 pages left, so I'm going to finish it today. That's the plan. I've flown through this, which isn't really shocking. Just I haven't even really had time to check in. Not that I would have really had much to say. There's not a ton to actually say because it is what it is. And it is a very quick read, so checking in and then just recapping would just be repeating yourself basically. But I just needed to pop in. I don't remember what I was gonna say. The goal is I'm gonna finish this today. I'm intrigued to see how the upper city, is that what it's called? Upper city, I believe, is going to retaliate against Hades and Persephone and the lower city, the underworld. I guess I'll see you after I finish the book and we can discuss further from there if necessary. Hello from my bathroom. This is the only place I can film right now. I'm not feeling great. I can't tell if it's exhaustion, anxiety, whatever my grandma brought home from her little trip away, or all three. Could be all three. Anyway, I finished Neon Gods and I had a blast with this book. I had such a good time reading this book. Like I said, I really loved it story-wise. I loved the dynamic between Hades and Persephone. Whew, Lord. And just kind of like the goings on in this world, like the battles, the struggles, kind of also how it parallels and differs to everything going on in Wicked Villains. I think I figured out the connection between the two series. I'm obviously not going to spoil it here, but I think that's a really cool tie-in. And I'm excited to continue through this series. I'm not going to make the mistake I made before and kind of just read all of them together and then like sort of wear myself out, even though from this book I feel like it's not going to feel as, every story is not going to feel as similar and repetitive as the first one eventually got. Let me hurry up, my camera's flashing. That being said, I'm moving on to Drag Me Up by RM Virtues. And I'm actually really excited to get into this because it's the same characters, the same coupling, but I'm excited to see another reinterpretation of Hades and Persephone. Yeah, I don't have much to say. Like I said, I'm not feeling great, so my brain's barely working. My camera's flashing, but I wanted to say before I forgot I wanted to say, I'm gonna read these in order, but I kind of want to skip to the Eurydice and Orpheus book because I see Hades Town in like 3 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks for my birthday. So I feel like that's kind of a vibe to be in. But I also kind of want to read the Achilles and Patroclus book because I just finished Song of Achilles and those are my babies, those are my children. Anyway, off to read this. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna watch Charmed. I might make a look what IV because I think I definitely need that. Okay. But this tripod and I are fighting each other. Anyway, it's been a minute. I think the last time I checked in, I had just started reading or was about to start reading Drag Me Up by RM Virtues. And I don't think I've popped in at all since. There's been so much going on. I had a touch of the vid. I was right. And then there's just been a lot going on, and that's not about to stop anytime soon. That being said, I'm currently reading The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which is another interpretation, retelling of the Iliad and Achilles in the Battle of Troy, but this is told from the point of view of Briseis, and it talks more about the experience of the women kept at the camp, the slaves, the concubines. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't love this version of Briseis. Like, I understand her characterization and the purpose of this story, right? But I can't bring myself to care about her. Also, I think the Song of Achilles has ruined me in the way that I'm struggling to deal with this version of Achilles, which probably is closer to the interpretation, closer to Iliad, Homer's version of Achilles. I I was gonna say that maybe I should have read this before the Song of Achilles, but then it would have tainted my experience reading Song of Achilles and have experiencing him through Patroclus, through someone who knows him and loves him, as opposed to someone being held captive by him. And like, I get it, I get the purpose of this book, like I said, but I'm struggling to care about it to the point where I said today, if I can't read more than 10 pages, I'm going to have to give up and be done for the month. Maybe I should have read Ariadne instead, but I think it's too late to make that switch because it's the 27th. So I have to stay committed to this book. It's too late to start a new book this close to the end of the month, especially because on Thursday I'm going to go see Avril Lavigne. So I don't have time to start a whole new story. Great. Guten Morgen. It's actually 12:32, but that doesn't matter. I am currently waiting for the train. One, I'm irritated because from my window it looked cloudy and it was supposed to be cloudy today and it is toasty. Anyway, I'm headed over to Jersey to meet up with Becca and Alex and Jacob, and we're going to live 12-year-old me's dream. We're going to go see Miss Avril Lavigne tonight. And I'm sweating. I just figured I'd update. This is like the last day I'll probably have in this vlog. Because I intend to finish this book on the way. I could have finished it last night, but I was washing my hair. Yeah, I'm excited. Despite how I sound, I am excited. I just also haven't eaten breakfast or anything yet.
mean Hercules.
Our story actually begins long before Hercules, many eons ago. Back when the world was new.
Are you finished with your glass? Water, water, water. Alright, let's wrap this up once and for all. It's now September 1st, my birthday week. Happy Zendaya Day. And I realized I have to close out this vlog. So I have finished, what is this? The Silence of the Girls. And I wrote down some things. Look at me being able to write down my thoughts more cohesively for the first time in God knows how long. Unfortunately, this book didn't really do anything for me, especially after reading a book like Circe, which is also, you know, it's a similar premise. A very minor character in a man's story and her taking the reins of her own story. Does that make sense? Anyway, I could not for the life of me care about this interpretation of Briseis. I never really knew her or felt that she was ever three-dimensional. She felt very flat for me. I was hoping to see who she was outside of Achilles, in spite of Achilles, but her only personality trait was slave, and everything revolved around being a slave and how low she was and how she didn't have anything. And like I said, I wanted to see, while all of those things are true and all of this traumatic, awful, vile stuff, these things are happening to her and the other prisoners, the other slave girls that are being held in captivity, I really wanted to see who she was in spite of that. I wanted to see, like, I was hoping to see like a strength or a perseverance, or the book is called The Silence of the Girls, but Briseis had no like true relationship or sisterhood or anything with the girls. And then this is supposed to be her story. Achilles is still the center of the story, and then at some point he starts narrating parts of the story. What do you why am I hearing from this man? Why are you talking to me, sir? And if I recall, Patroclus has like a POV at some point. And I'm like, while you're my boys in another world, another version of this story, why are you speaking right now? What's going on? So unfortunately, this wasn't what I wanted it to be, and I will not be I don't think I'll be continuing the series. There are 2 other books after this. I fully intended to read the next one at some point, but probably not. Oh, also, I know like this seems like it's written specifically to be like the antithesis, is that the word is that the right word I want to use, to the Song of Achilles. However, comma, literally the very last sentence of this book feels like a dig, feels like shade towards the Song of Achilles, and how Madeline Miller interpreted the relationship between Patroclus and Achilles, and I felt that was a little unnecessary. It was a little petty, but like not in a fun way, you know? One, because these are fictional characters, and this is an interpretation of characters, and it's not just because I love the Song of Achilles and Patchkilles. I don't actually know what I know there's a ship name. I know I'm late, but I don't know what it is, nor do I care right now. Yeah, it wasn't necessary. Also, their relationship in this story is very, and they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates, which, yeah, sure, Jan. Okay. And that wraps up my Greek mythology Greek retelling vlog. TBR, I had a lot of fun with this, honestly, because this was a pretty good month. Obviously, my favorites were these two. These two changed something in me. This book, I have been changed for good. I don't know what else is there to say. I get it. I understand. These are, when you search Greek myth retellings and these are the first two that pop up, I understand. I get it. I need Madeline to give me more. I need something else. I need something. Also, surprisingly really enjoyed this book. Like I said during the vlog, not just the smutty bits, but the actual like story and character dynamics. I had a pretty great reading month. Unfortunately, I did not get to Ariadne. Maybe I should have read this instead of The Silence of the Girls, but this will be on the top of the TBR for whenever I do a part 2 of this vlog. This and Stone Blind, they were both on this month's TBR and I didn't get around to either of them, so maybe 2025 there'll be a part 2. Also would love to read, there's some other books. I've seen 2 books that are supposedly Orpheus and Eurydice retellings, and I feel like those need to be on the TBR for next time. I kind of wish I had read one this month because on Wednesday I'm going to see Hadestown. Jordan Fisher's about to ruin my life. But yeah, I know there are quite a few Jennifer Saint books now that I will probably be trying to get through. I think there's is it her that has a Hera book? Maybe. Or is it Medusa? Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave some Greek retelling books that you think I'd like below. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books that I've read that you've also read or want to read or whatever. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down below, so you can follow me and I'll follow you back, and I'll see you very soon.